Hey, welcome. Today, we're going to pull back the curtain on YouTube. We all see those trending videos, right? The ones with hundreds of millions of views. But are those the topics that are actually the most valuable for the people who make them? Well, we're about to dive into the hidden economics that separate a viral hit from a genuine financial goldmine.
Okay, so first up, let's just take a look at what has been completely dominating our feeds this year. These are the big cultural moments that rack up billions of views and really define what trending even means.
I mean, you could not escape this. The whole rap battle between Kendrick Lamar and Drake was just a massive cultural event. And Kendrick's track, Not Like Us, it wasn't just a hit song. It became the single top trending song of the entire year on YouTube in the US.
And it wasn't only about music. We also saw this, just explosive rise of new independent web series. You had shows like The Amazing Digital Circus and Has Been Hotel that felt like they came out of absolutely nowhere to capture these huge, dedicated audiences. It just goes to show you don't need a giant studio to create a sensation anymore.
And of course, you can't talk about viral YouTube without talking about this guy. For the fourth year in a row, Mr. Beast is still the king, the most watched creator on the whole platform. He's basically mastered the science of making stuff that people just can't help but click on.
And this viral energy was everywhere, from the political stage to blockbuster movies, and of course, into the massive worlds of anime and gaming. It's really this wild mix of culture and entertainment that shapes the whole YouTube landscape.
And the scale of these moments is just, well, it's staggering. To put a number on it, just since March of 2024, videos that have anything to do with that Drake and Kendrick beef have pulled in over 3.5 billion views across the globe. That's the power of viral, right there.
But that gigantic number brings us right to the core question we're trying to answer here. Do all those views automatically equal real, sustainable value for a creator? Well, as we're about to see, the answer is way more complicated than you might think.
So, if the view count isn't the whole story, then what is? Turns out there's a whole other metric running behind the scenes, one that advertisers care about a lot more, and it's what really determines how much a creator can actually earn.
And that metric is called CPC, which stands for cost per click. You can kind of think of it as the secret economic engine of YouTube. It's pretty simple. It's the price an advertiser is willing to pay for one single click on their ad. And this right here is where we start to see that not all topics are created equal. Not at all.
So let's switch gears. Let's pivot from the viral hits to the financial ones. We're going to look at the topics in the United States where advertisers are paying absolute top dollar, creating what are basically YouTube gold mines.
And our first stop here might actually surprise you. It's not gaming, it's not music, it's higher education and online learning. Yeah, this might seem like a pretty niche category, but believe me, it is incredibly lucrative. Just look at this number. It is wild. Advertisers are willing to pay an average of $63 for one click on an ad for an online MBA program. Let me put that in perspective for you. A single click here could be worth more to a creator, financially, than tens of thousands of views on a viral music video. The reason's simple. The potential customer behind that one click is worth a ton.
Okay, next up, let's check out a category that has both massive viewership and huge advertiser interest. Cars. From car reviews to repair tutorials, automotive content is just an absolute powerhouse on YouTube.
And here, we see a slightly different kind of value. The CPC for something like car insurance quotes is around $15. Now, that's less than the MBA example for sure, but look at that search volume. Almost 500,000 searches every single month. It's the sheer scale that makes this an incredibly valuable space. And you can see this pattern holds up across all these other practical, high-stakes categories. Personal finance, real estate, even DIY home repair. They're all gold mines. I mean, check it out. The CPC for plumber is almost $17, and that's because these videos are solving urgent, often expensive problems for people, and advertisers will pay a premium to reach you right in that moment of need.
And hey, this isn't just a US thing. Let's head north and take a quick look at Canada, where we find a very, very similar pattern of what's profitable.
Yeah, the story in Canada is pretty much identical, just in Canadian dollars. The same topics are at the top: finance, cars, and home repair. It's because these are universal problems where people are actively searching for solutions, and advertisers are ready and waiting to pay to provide them. So, okay, we've looked at the world of viral fame, and we've seen the world of these high-value niches. So how does a creator put it all together? Well, the most important takeaway is that you don't actually have to choose one or the other.
The real magic, the secret sauce, happens right here, at the intersection of the two. The ultimate goal is to make content that people are genuinely passionate about, but that also lines up with topics that advertisers see as really valuable. It's all about finding that perfect sweet spot.
And the strategy really breaks down into 3 pretty simple steps. Step 1, find what your viewers are passionate about. Step 2, do your homework and identify the advertiser value within that topic. And then step 3, create your content right there at that intersection, so you're serving both your audience and the economic engine of the platform.
So we'll leave you with this question to think about. Whether you're making stuff or just a curious viewer, consider this. What valuable problem can you help an audience solve? Because on YouTube, it turns out being valuable is often way more powerful than just being viral. Thanks for watching.